this was his time. He could be a legend. And, well, the experts, they are in his corner. And before we close the door on this utter cop-out of a coast-to-coast ghost
Slam
special,
the door in his face.
Yeah, this should be remembered as a classic episode, but it's not.
I guess.
Yeah, now it's time for others. Let's see what the callers have to say, because there is still an hour left to show, which was supposed to be them channeling the dead on live radio. But since he said no, it's not going to be that. It's just plain old open lines now, because what else is he supposed to do? He was supposed to.
He's got nothing now. What a fucking idiot.
He was supposed to be slowly. Could you imagine how bad? Actually, think about just the radio version of using a Ouija board on the radio. How long would that take? How boring would that actually be? And how'd you just think about it to actually listen to, like, it went to O-M.
What? It's not. It never moves that fast either. It's going to be even slower than that.
So he has to fill all that time with just open lines. But setting the trend for the callers to come. Here again, we start with what are we going to start with? What's his favorite thing?
A breast.
Fast blast.
Whoops.
Right.
Well, here's one who's not happy, and I'll read you his message. He said, "George, I'm here with 11 people. We spent $150 on barbecue, drinks, and candles. We were gypped."
What?
Well, we'll be back. We'll take phone calls next. Coast to Coast AM.
Oh, he's ruining people's parties, man. That's not cool.
This guy, man, I will never invite him to a party. He's gonna bring pizza rolls that are too cold because he's afraid of his mouth getting on fire again.
He's not invited to Rob's barbecue next year, the 4th.
No. Yeah, well, he wasn't invited this past year either. So, I said in the Instagram post, I said no pizza rolls allowed at this party for everyone's safety.
Yeah, he wouldn't even show up if there isn't pizza rolls.
Yeah, he hasn't even opened the lines. That was just a fast blast, putting him on blast right away. and before he even get to a real call, emailers are going to let him have it too.
Gary from Colorado writes, "Good grief, George. It's only a Ouija board, not a black mass." Jordan, what do you think of that?
I think that's a very ignorant comment to make, because if you do your homework and study the world of the occult, too many people live materialistic lives and evaluate. I mean, it's been said that Americans know the price of everything but the value of nothing. Too many people live mundane, material lives and think if they can't eat it and drive it, then there's nothing to it.
Well, this guy could just diss Ouija board users all day. That's like his forte. I don't know why they have him on here.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, it sucks. The fast blasters, the emailers already got him, but the callers start getting in on it too. Here's a wild card caller named Jeff.
Let's move on to our wild card line. You're on the air with us. Hi there.
Yes, hello?
Yeah, hi. Where are you calling from?
Rochester, New York.
Okay, WHAM World.
Yes, I must say I'm just totally disappointed.
I understand.
I just thought, to be straight up forward, it was a cop-out. Because the Ouija board is just a game. It's a board. I used it myself.
That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that. But listen to me for 1 second. I did it because there are other people out there that it could affect, not me. I didn't do it for me. If it was just me, I should go ahead and do it because I believe exactly like you, that board is nothing but a toy.
Yeah, but as far as harming other people, hey, if they don't want to, just shut it off. Shut the radio off.
Exactly.
You do it at your own risk, and that's the way I feel. You don't listen if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but you don't have to take that responsibility. I do.
No, you don't.
You're not taking any responsibility because it's all just a board.
Jeff, if I get one person who doesn't do what you and I agree, one person, and something happens to him, guess whose shoulder that's on?
You can walk out of your house tomorrow, and you could die. You could just have a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? That's just I don't know. It's just totally a cop-out. And that guy Jordan over there, he's just totally, I don't know. I don't know how his childhood, I don't know. He seems like a very scared person. I just wanted to just...
Oh, man.
See, that's
really
me.
calling... Yeah, he called
Jordan. That would have been me if I called it. I'd be like, no,
he called Jordan and him out as a wuss. I love that guy.
Yeah,
that guy, Jeff.
He's
His name
like,
is
What's
Jeff.
his name?
My name is Jeff.
Yeah, it was.
he
Good
said,
call,
I only
he said,
ever see Channing Tatum's face during that clip.
he said you could walk out and you could die. You could just turn gray like those aliens you talk about.
Yeah, well, guess what? That can happen any fucking day of the year, anytime ever. So, welcome to reality.
Yeah, but when you die, it's George Noory's fault.
It's true. I'm gonna.
And George Noory looks like a gray.
Just
that
right now,
was the
I'm going
weirdest
to
part of all this.
I'm gonna buy my headstone already, and I'm going to put on it "George Noory killed me," or like "George Noory's the reason I'm dead," or just middle fingers to you, George Noory. But that's what I'm gonna put.
I was alive when George Noory thought he might use an old Ouija board. He didn't, though. But
Ouija board?
That guy called out that Jordan Maxwell guy because he's not going to shut up. So, got any clapback, Mr. Got any clapback, Mr. Maxwell?
Thank you.
Jordan, are you a scared person?
No, I'm respectful of things that I have no control over. And I'm knowledgeable on a subject that he is not. I've spent 46 years of my life looking at and studying the world of the occult.
Yeah, we
The
know,
occult.
Jordan. Enough.
Jordan, are you a little pussy? It sounds like you are.
It sounds like he is.
And after that, the experts, they're either fed up or they're tired or embarrassed. I have no clue, but they all leave George alone for the last half hour. They leave the room. But George brings up something here at the very end about Art Bell that I was not aware of. And this shaped his thinking about the Ouija board.
I don't know how many of you recall the tragedy during the Hale-Bopp comet, that there was a guest on Coast to Coast with Art who claimed that there was a spaceship behind it, and a number of people in San Diego, I believe, Heaven's Gate, they killed themselves because they thought they were going to be transported away with this. And, that's something that hasn't escaped Art. People blame him for that.
What?
And that's ridiculous. But with this, I might have even been a little more reckless.
Oh, come on.
Because I was going ahead with this. And you know what? If this is something that concerns me, I should go buy a Ouija board and go do it in a room by myself.
Oh, there
or with
you
some
go.
friends
There you go, buddy.
And be done with it and not get you involved in it. And I did that.
Yeah. Did you guys know Hale-Bopp has an Art Bell connection?
No, I didn't.
No,
this
I
is the
didn't.
first I'm hearing. It's the first I'm hearing of it.
He makes it sound as if the Heaven's Gate cult is only aware of the ship behind the comet because of Art Bell. TIL. I had no idea that there was any connection with that. I need to go look that up too. I got to see who this guy was that triggered. I mean, that was a big story. I mean, ooh.
I wonder if that's true. I wonder if Art really did feel guilt about that.
I mean, it's
I don't
possible.
know.
I know that me personally, I have like an overactive kind of guilt thing where I assign myself too much guilt for things that just happen. But if I can see the connection, like why he would think that if he has the same thing that I do.
I could see it too, but I don't like how George Noory can immediately jump to, and what I was going to do, it would actually be worse. It's like, no, these people are actually dead now. Like,
Come on, dude.
If Art truly believes that this was because of him, then it does have something weighing on his soul because of it. You have nothing weighing on your soul because, one, you never did it, and two, you'll never know if you did it because it's almost 12 years later, you've never done it. It just never happened. Yeah, that's it.
It would be pretty ridiculous to think that was
that
the
last
cause.
that last clip there. In my opinion, George Noory is teetering the line between sack of shit territory.
He's John teetering, you would say.
Yeah, I don't know. It especially in his responses to people earlier. You must be the only person on the planet that doesn't know this. But we're almost towards the end, and here's a caller. Here's a caller who agreed with him. But I like George's response here.
And always remember, too, curiosity killed the cat.
Well, I got to tell you, the showman in me wanted me to finish it off. Now, let me tell you.
I have a story.
What the fuck?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the showman. The showman in George Noory. You guys know the showman George Noory? He really wanted to do this.
He should bring the showman out a little bit more often because we're lacking here.
We are, but don't forget this. If you were wondering what kind of showman George Noory is, Brendan mentioned it earlier, but let's hear showman George Noory. Enough. Stop it. Make it stop, please, Rob, please. All right.
My God.
We remember showman George Noory. Yes, he
God.
No more, please. We're good.
Showman George Noory is known for his Elvis covers. You can find that on Patreon. We've talked about that before. But,
I forgot that was Patreon.
Yeah, it was. That was a long time ago. George Noory does not have classic episodes. This was built up as classic episode. This is our classic episode of him, but I don't think this is what he intended as being his classic episode. But he tried.
Yeah, well, bless his heart. He tries.
Well, there's... this is pretty much done. Everyone's left him. He's just... even the board is gone at this point. He's by himself. But there's two more calls of note, and let's hear them.
East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hi there.
Hi, George.
Hey. Hi.
You hear me?
I can, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello? You there?
Hello.
Hello?
Wait, what?
Yeah. I wanted to comment as a spiritual pragmatist.
Okay, sir.
I think that the Ouija board...
Make sure your radio's turned down there.
Come on.
If people were really serious...
Amateurs.
They would be talking about using the Ouija board to talk to Jesus. And we never hear that.
Well, but do you really need the Ouija board to do that? Let's go to our next wild card line. You're on the air. Hi there.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, George?
Good, thanks.
I just wanted to say that, I think it would have been a real monumental event on radio if you'd have went through with it.
I agree.
It's something that's never been done before.
I agree.
I'm a little I'm real disappointed you didn't go through with it.
I am too.
A lot of us, I'm sure there's a lot of people like me that have always been real curious about it. Have never done it on their own, and we were kind of looking forward to seeing you do an experiment in a controlled environment like you had set up.
You're not going to get an argument with me on that. The only reason I am backing out of this at this point is because I truly believe that it could affect other people out there.
So stupid.
All right, enough.
That's
and that
just
first
fear.
caller.
Fuck
that first caller, what's he talking about? Rob, play the clip.
Jesus loves me, la la la. Jesus loves me, la la la.
That was a pretty good question that guy brought up. Like, hey, Jesus technically was human and died. How come no one's trying to convene him? But it's like, you can
go to church and do that.
You pray. Yeah, exactly. There's a million places to do that. You just fucking pray, I guess, is the thing.
You will you'll get some weird looks if you walk into a church with
the Ouija board.
Yeah, exactly.
Depends on the church. Find the church that fits you. But also, maybe it just goes to show maybe you don't need a Ouija board or a spirit board to talk to people that have died. I don't know,
Yeah.
Figure that shit out on your own. Don't look to George Noory to do it for you. What the fuck?
Well, maybe that's a new unbeliever
but
challenge.
But also, he really should have done it, though.
We'll do an unbeliever challenge.
He kind of bitched out on this.
Bring a Ouija board to a church. Tell us how it goes. Take some pictures. Take some video. I have no idea. Don't do that.
Take some
video,
idea. Please.
That doesn't sound great. But yeah,
no,
those two
definitely
calls
do it.
condensed.
I will say do it.
The one wants to talk to Jesus. The other just wants to talk some smack on him, which that was actually me. I'll say that guy was my avatar back in the day. She's like, come on, I'm just really disappointed. You ruined parties. You ruined all kind of stuff. But now...
You ruined my life, George Noory.
He actually did ruin my image of him as a person. Not as... I still like the guy... But my image of him as the successor to Art Bell, I just stopped taking the show seriously when he went through all this rigmarole and just came with nothing.
Exactly. They could have a lot of build up for nothing.
Yeah, they could have talked it through email, and they could have decided they not want to do it. Do something else. But now it's time for the final. It's time for the final call of the night for lonely George Noory. Everyone's left him. It's just him and his mustache. Here we go.
Let's go to our next wild card line. You're on the air. Hi there.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, How you doing, George?
Good, thanks.
I just wanted to say that, I think it would have been a real monumental event on radio if you'd have went through with it.
I agree.
It's something that's never been done before.
I agree.
I'm a little I'm real disappointed you didn't go through with it.